where we,
Not like Martin.
I don't know that,
we don't want to say it out
You
loud.
wanna do
yeah, I
that?
think you
We
just,
just want to say that what we talked about in closed session,
Correct.
we direct,
All right, sounds
Yeah.
good.
okay? Do we need a motion on that? I don't think we do.
I don't know that you do, I don't think.
I don't
you
think so
need
either.
Direction, yeah.
We're pretty clear, right? Okay,
An open session.
Yep.
Go on the minutes.
okay. Let's see, number 10, reconsideration of previous motion regarding addition of 3 firefighters in 2027.
Yeah, I asked that this be added to the agenda. At the last meeting, I was the one, first of all, I'd like to say I'm in support of the hiring of the firefighters. The motion, as I understood the motion by Lisa, I think, was, I interpreted it as the first of the year. I'd like to see that bumped back to July 1st, just for budgetary
This
problems.
year or next year?
27.
For, well, July 1st, 2027, correct?
Well, our motion, I think our motion, and I missed that meeting, but I had told the committee that I would be supported 3 also. I think what it went through as a January 1st edition, and so it is a 27 hire. So all we're doing now is taking it from January 1st to July 1st.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
reason behind it, though?
Pardon?
Why?
Budgetary problems, budgetary considerations, we'll put it that way.
So who voted, I was not there, even though I supported it, so everyone that was there voted yes?
I was the only negative.
Oh, you said no, okay. But did you have 3?
Yes.
You 2 did, or Keith was there too?
It was 3-1.
So it's one of you 3 have to bring it back. Correct?
That's if we stick with Robert's Rules of Order,
Right.
which we don't stick with.
No, that's true, but it
As I
really,
recall.
technically, it has to be one of the 3 that voted for it to bring it back.
I understand that. I went through this
Yeah, I know.
big time. I got spanked pretty good on this one.
Is there further discussion about it too? Because I do have a question on something else that could come into play.
Okay, wait a minute. You want to just get this on the floor first?
Sure, so do you make a motion?
Reconsider, do we need to, is this something for the floor? Reconsideration of previous motion regarding, so there is discussion, possible action involved in this.
Yes.
Okay, so then let's get it on the floor first.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion that we reopen the discussion of the,
Motion by Colden?
Yeah.
Yes.
You open to reconsider the prior motion.
Yep,
yes.
yep, motion by Colden.
And I don't know if I don't even know if it needs a second.
It does, it should have us.
Yeah. I need a second from one of these 2. All we're asking for is to get on the floor.
I'll second that.
Second by Longahan, now we're on the floor, now more discussion. Any more thoughts?
This isn't along that lines, I don't know if this is the appropriate time to bring it up, but I mean, obviously there was a conversation, when I said add 3 firefighters, to me, it's about, I understand we're adding shifts and how all that stuff works, but there's also the conversation about we're never full staffed because somebody's always on PTO, they're out, they're sick or they're injured or whatever it might be. So we always are going to be short staffed. So I guess part of my conversation with adding 3 people and okay, there's 3 people, we got 3 8-hour shifts. You got one extra person to try to fill in where somebody might be sick or whatever the heck it is. I'm just kind of thinking along that lines. And ideally, you're adding an extra shift to it. Obviously, there was an article that came out, the interview with you, Chief, and it was about, well, 3 firefighters doesn't really, really help. Well, if it doesn't really fit the bill, then why do we even spend the money? That's kind of one of the questions that I would have on that.
Yep, and that's what I told the board that last meeting. The 2 things we need to get done right now, the 2 main things we need to get done, is we need to be able to add 6 extra people, so 2 per day, so we can staff the tender, which is what's killing our ISO rating, which is what that article was all about. And then we need to be able to staff a 3rd ambulance because we're calling mutual aid ambulances over 100 times a year. And that's what the 2 people do that we can't do with the 1 person. So that's where that's coming from. Is the 1 person extra help on a fire? Yep, absolutely. Is there more things we can get done around the station? Yes, absolutely. But I just want to make it clear that we don't come back after we add staff and then the board or the public is saying, well, we just gave you staff. Why did my ISO rating not improve? Why don't we have that tender responding? Why can't we get that extra ambulance out? I just want to make sure everybody's clear that the one person doesn't do any of those things for us. That was the point of that comment.
No, and it's not an 8-hour shift, it's 24, it's a full day shift. Sitting at that town board meeting a month ago and listening to the Ringel Fire Chief, Chris Keelman. And I thought he was there to grab the business. I really did. And instead, he 110% lobbied behind our department saying, there is no way Ringel can help you, the town of Weston. No way. Can't help you. In fact, when there's a fire call out in the town of Weston, automatically Ringel dispatches a tender because they know we can't go. We can't get everybody out to go to a fire call in the town of Weston. So they automatically assist with a tender. I was just shocked to hear that on how this all went together. And I think their board kind of thought that they would have Ringel to kind of help and push a little bit maybe on safer for whatever reason to get the price down or whatever. And in fact, they heard just the opposite. I mean, the two departments were in lockstep, 100%. And I thought it was amazing what I heard. It was probably a 45 to an hour minute. And extremely well done by the safer side.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, and I'm sure the same thing happens with Marathon too,
That's the way it should be.
And that tender, I mean, I did not realize that that the water was, that we were the rural fire department where everyone else that we're up against has hydrants everywhere, automatic wire. So anyway, it was just interesting to hear that. So now back to where we were at.
Yeah, back
Sorry.
So conversation about
Yeah.
splitting for budgetary purposes.
Right.
July.
Yes. You want an explanation or?
Yeah, I would.
Well, it would only reflect half initially of the budget for 27, and then it would come full force in 28 when the other one when those are added.
So let's say we have the difference of January 1st and July 1st for our department, right? How quickly could we hire 3 if we stayed with July 1st? Or excuse me, January 1st?
Probably pretty much right away, because we have several part-time people in the paramedic program that I can't promise, but I would say is extremely likely that would take full-time positions.
Right, like that. Oh, so you'd have existing people come into those.
Our current
Got it.
part-time.
So either way, we can make that happen in both scenarios. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we have, again, several people, and Callie jump in here, but we have several people in the paramedic class that Callie's teaching that ends here the end of the year, that are gonna want full-time jobs that I am quite positive would take a full-time job with us if we offered them one.
Right.
I-
So hearing that we have some budgetary issues, would this be understandable that we could put it off for 6 months?
That's ultimately the board's decision, I guess.
But
I get-
I'm asking management.
My direct answer is gonna be no.
Okay.
Usually I kind of go along with those things, but I feel like we kind of just continue to push this out a few months and a year at a time, and we just never get where we need to be. And
I don't think it looks very good either.
the guys just, I mean, I see it every day and I get it. And I don't want to be that guy. I really don't, because I understand the budget constraints, but I also see the guys get run ragged every day, and the people that are, and you know, now that I moved and I live in the area that is served by this and I see the calls come out, there are many days where I'm like, well, if I need an ambulance, I'm not getting one for the next couple hours because they're out. I mean, I guess we could say does 6 months matter? We just run 6 months more next year like we are this year. I don't know, probably not the end of the world.
I appreciate the candidness.
But
What kind of dollars are we talking about?
you're probably looking at a total budget, and this is a rough number, but you're looking at a total budgetary savings of probably $150,000.
And which is what portion to Rib Mountain? What are we, 70?
Approximately 32% of that.
70 and
About
30?
50,000.
70 and 30? Okay.
Yeah, it's like
But you probably
68,
lose
something
some.
like
About,
that.
it'd be about $48,000 to the village of Ripon.
Probably lose some of them people too, that come
We may.
in 6, 7 months to
We may.
be looking for a job.
Oh, if they're ready to come in at January 1st, yes. If that's when their classes are up and they're
So their
certified.
class ends in December,
How
basically.
many do we have of those? How many?
There would be 5 of them in theory that would be, that are part-time or interns right now
Yeah.
that could potentially apply.
The interns technically wouldn't be eligible until
Mhm.
the end of June, or 1st of June, I'm sorry, 1st of June.
But still we have 5, January 1st?
5 total, yes. Well, no, technically 2.
2,
So
okay.
2 part-time people, 3 interns for a total of 5. We would have to have an internal discussion if we opened it up to the interns at that time,
When did you say the interns would be eligible?
June 1st.
But there would be 2 others that would be eligible January 1st, and then 3 others June 1st, right?
Correct.
Okay.
In this current academy class, we have 4 people starting tomorrow night.
That's right, I forgot about that.
You know, we have other people outside of the 2 in class. You know, we have 18 part-time people. We have another 4 part-time people coming on. 2 of those part-time are paramedics. We just hired a paramedic a month ago. So I mean, we have internals. It takes us about 3 months to hire somebody from the day we start
No, I don't want to.
advertising to the day they can start on duty. It takes about 3 months.
Okay. Gillian? Just,
I mean, and Al, correct me if I'm wrong, but, so, working with the village, as long as I have, typically with any kind of news position, this is nothing new. Whenever we have created new positions, they don't always start January 1st. I think I've never seen us start a position January 1st. Usually typically we step it in. So I think that's where kind of the history of this comes in. Yeah, we're in a budget tight. You know, there's some major issues coming in with the Village Road Mountain, and so I think that's why this is being approached as it is. And I think I had that conversation with you at the fiscal agent, and like, they'll get there eventually, and but that's kind of where we're standing from our standpoint of our end of things.
So if we have 2 part-timers and we have 3 interns right now, so that, I mean, we'd have 2 part-timers potentially that could come in end of January, say, right? And then you open it up July 1st, and end of July, you're adding 1 more person, so there's your 3. But does splitting it up 2 and 1 help at all? I mean, is that anything? I mean,
well, why not 1, 1, and 1?
One.
Isn't it harder to bring on 2 or even 3 right away?
It's hard to bring on 1 because of the way we do, well, granted, they're internal, so that's not hard to do training.
So if you brought 1 in January, and 1 in February, and then 1 in June or
April, we
July.
could do April, go January, April.
What if we did all 3 in April? Would that shake out to be the same?
It would, it definitely would.
We would prefer July 1st, but I mean.
I mean, again, I mean,
January
it's
1st.
ultimately
But
up
then
to the
you're not
board.
doing January and February.
That's assuming we hire it's assuming we hire internals.
Mm-hmm.
I
right?
mean,
We hire.
if
Well,
we
the
have
interns are
people-
eligible in June, I think we just
If
stay there.
people apply
But it's the other 2
who
that.
are better
would be eligible.
qualified than our internals, I mean, we have very good internals, but those 5 people are very green. They're an average age of about 19 and a half. They've been in the fire service an average of a year and a half. They're
Wait,
very
interns or internal?
Internals, all 5 of them are
Oh,
very young.
Wow.
And I'm not,
Okay.
they're very good. They're very hireable.
And they're hungry, yep.
But if we run a process and we open it up like we usually do, there's no guarantee they're gonna get hired.
Right.
I mean, I guess ultimately what I'll say is we will make work whatever the
Yeah.
board directs us to do.
Well, if we could spread it out,
That's
fine.
our
Well,
job.
just a thought, listening to Galen and Al and Aaron, February, April, and June.
I want to know what you think.
Well, he said no. Don't ask him that, what are the politicians doing right now? They're educating, no, what's the word they're using when they say something, but then 2 days later they say it differently, and I'm evolving. He's not evolving. His no is a no. It'll be no all night long and no next week and a month later. And that's our chief, and that's okay. That's how it should be. So there's no evolving here.
I mean, I'm
It's
just
no
telling,
right now, he would like, and the department would like all 3 January 1st.
I
But
think
that would
my,
also be an intern that would be very early then.
And operationally, we still need the 6. Like,
Right.
that's the bare
Right.
minimum. That's not even where we should be.
Mm-hmm. I know.
You know, when we were talking 3 years ago, I think the number we were talking were 12 to 4, 12
It
to
was 12 to 15. It was 12 to 15.
And with these 3, we're short another 3 at the bare minimum, which would still talking another 6 to get to that 15 we were talking about 3 years ago.
I think, my job is to inform the board and the elected officials what we need to operate safely and efficiently. And that's what I'm doing. So what the board chooses to do with that information is that's what you guys are elected to do. And then on the flip side of that, it's my job to operate as effectively as we can with the resources we're given. So I know that's a very political answer, but that's kind of where we're sitting. I understand that nobody's budgets are easy. I just feel like for whatever reason, the fire department, and it's not just here, it's in many communities, but we are always asked to make it work with part-time and do it cheaper and do it with smaller wage increases. But many of the other governmental organizations, especially in public safety, so law enforcement, are just not asked those same questions.
I totally agree
I
with
have
you.
never heard a
Totally.
law enforcement agency asked, why can't you hire part-time cops? Never. I've never heard that question asked. But I get asked that question all the time. When I told you we were short of staffing, the answer I got was go find some volunteers. I have never heard the sheriff's department or Mountain Bay asked to go find some volunteer cops.
I want you to know, and I want the department to know that I absolutely hear you. And I do. And
I apologize for being blunt. It's just
No,
extremely
I-
frustrating on my
I
end.
sit here and we're doing things with our police department, Mountain Bay Metro, and we're doing things with Safer, and it is not apples to apples. There's not even a thought process that, I mean, it can't possibly be the same. It just ain't. So with that being said, I'll throw this out here, January, February, and June 1st. June 1st is the newest with the interns.
That's when the
Yep,
interns
so
come.
January, February, and June 1st, I'll throw it out. Somebody else can throw something else out.
I think we start all 3 on January 1st.
Well, we have an issue with the interns, right? That the interns can't come in
But
until
that's-
June.
Oh, that would be an internal
They can hire anybody. They
Oh,
don't have
I
to.
see, I see,
It-
I see.
We would have to have an internal discussion if we were to offer a position to the interns, how that works. And that if we hire 2 of the interns, we may say, hey, you're going to continue to be an intern until June 1st and we'll put you on full-time payroll then.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
So they may not come on the payroll until June 1st anyway. And if we hired 2 of them, that's probably what we would do because that would help the situation out. But like Eric said, we have no clue who we're going to hire. I would say this is incredibly unlikely, but we may hire 3 people that we've never met before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who we're gonna get to apply.
That's why we gotta almost do a monthly edition or something. So, you heard 2 views. What about some other views? To move this thing forward.
Well, I'd just like to say that, you know, looking back to when the original charter, when we originally formed this, Root Mountain was almost exclusively volunteer fire department, with except for about 2 or 3 positions maybe.
It's 4.
And the idea back then, when it was originally, when we originally organized, was slow growth, add surrounding communities as we, you know, hopefully gobbled up, or at least lured these other communities in, we'd grow with it. And I'm pretty sure Keith can attest to that. He may have a little different idea of what it was about, but you know, and now we're getting it, now we're jumping right into, at one time we were taught, you know, the thought was 9, it might still be, you know, or 12, 15, whatever. That's no longer slow growth or slow, steady growth or whatever, and we haven't, you know, they can argue the point that the units that we serve are wide and spread out, and we could, you know, we could add more communities to that, possibly.
Like what Al is saying, right now there's a boatload of money out there for what's called innovation grants. And I don't know why the county isn't using Rentmeister to write a grant, and he probably isn't capable of doing it, but have someone put it together. And maybe, I think men should be used where they're first available, like Ringo was talking with these guys. I think that's what best serves everybody. And I hope that's where you were going too, Al. The
Well,
idea
yeah,
when
we-
this started was to expand and, you know, Safer shouldn't have to drive within 3 blocks of Wassa to pick some up with the ambulance. That is just countywide, that's just piss poor service.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's how I remember this all started.
And you were organizing groups to meet all the
Well,
different
I tried.
communities.
But I
to,
tried,
to
but now
meet and form
there's this innovation grant that's out there. And one of the Mosney guys, remember that, hired a person from Dana something, I forget his last name. I couldn't find
Zeckler.
it. And he came in and wrote a grant, but that fell apart too, but I don't know if they're gonna try again or not. But that was only one cluster. What would it look like for a whole county? And men would be utilized all over. That's how I pictured this, that's why I tried to put something together that.
Right.
I absolutely support that. I do want to back up for just a quick second, not to drag this out, but on the slow growth thing, we do need to remember that when the district started, our minimum staffing was 6. And we had a full-time fire marshal, we had a full-time EMS division chief. In a decade, over a decade, our minimum staffing is 7. So we've only increased 1, and our EMS division chief has been cut from full-time to part-time. So the growth has been incredibly slow. I know the budget has gone up, but the main reason the budget has gone up is we have flipped a lot of positions from part-time to full-time because we just couldn't find part-time staff to do it, and that's a nationwide issue. That is not just us. You can do a Google on that and find about 9,000 articles in 10 seconds. So we had to do that, and our call volume has increased 45% during that same time.
Yes, go ahead.
I got a question. So what do you envision would happen to ISO ratings under a countywide system? Because we're all getting that thrown in our face every day.
It's really gonna be the same as it is now because you have to be within 5 miles of a fire station.
Yeah, some are gonna
Countywide
improve.
system, yeah,
Some
it'll,
would have to improve.
Yeah, I mean, if there's more staffing available, then it's gonna improve. But for the people that are 10, 12 miles from a fire station, it's not gonna improve.
yeah.
I don't necessarily see it being countywide for fire. I think we would, if we ever went that direction, I think we'd be similar to Point and we'd be countywide EMS and we'd still operate with some fire services in order to keep that local connection. And for your maintenance of effort that you have to achieve for your shared revenue.
Yeah, right.
But those local ones would be part of the county system.
It could be, but you probably still would have local fire service. If we ever got to a point where we were talking countywide.
I have always been supportive of that. I mean,
Okay, let's move this forward. Where are we on the thoughts of the 3 firefighters for 27?
You have a motion second to reconsider. I think the way that if you want it to proceed with an additional motion, someone would make a motion to amend, and that would need a second. You'd vote on that motion, and then you'd vote on your original motion, because you still have the motion to reconsider that's hanging out there.
I have an idea I just thought of, and this is gonna require some input from Jessica, and I don't know what the board would think about it, but if the choice is to continue to hire them the first of the year, could there be, and I know this is not a normal accepted practice, but could we use fund balance to help offset the costs for 2027? The fire district has a large fund balance. We've talked about spending it down. Could that be a consideration to help offset the budget?
Can you use it for payroll?
Well, it's a one-time,
Oh, one time. No, it's not a good practice.
I know it's not, I said that. I know it's not a good idea, but I was just,
That much more of an impact the following year.
it does have an impact the
Because you have
following year.
double bonus.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was just throwing it out there as an idea.
no, I wouldn't do that this year though. You can look to see where you're gonna end up, I guess.
This year, we're gonna be over budget on payroll, but I think we're also gonna have some extra revenue, so.
Okay,
But your maintenance, your ambulance maintenance is looking at an over and fuel.
You guys have to decide what you want to have for.
Well,
so right now we're at a reconsider, correct?
Mhm.
So right now, the next motion needs to be amending by the 3 or by anybody?
By anybody.
Okay, by anybody to amend. And then we go into the restructure.
Whatever, that would need a second, and then action, and then you would just vote on the original motion that you reconsidered.
Okay, all right, there we are.
So the amendment would be the, what was it, January, March?
No, the amendment would be to amend the original motion
Without any details.
without any, without any
Okay.
details, yep, okay?
I'll make a motion to amend
Amend.
the original motion.
So motion by Opal to amend the original motion. Is there a second? I'll second it. Second by Longahan. No real discussion at this point, right? Not really needed. It's not needed. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
So carried.
Then you need just an action on to reconsider.
Mhm.
You already have reconsidered, right? So you would just need to close that motion that you had.
So now we need a motion to.
You don't
what?
need a motion, you just need action on the reconsideration.
Got it. So where are we as far as hiring the three? Yes. Okay.
So you would you're all in favor of the reconsideration. Then you would need your separate motion of what you're gonna,
Okay,
what the
so-
action would be.
Okay, help me through this. So we're in, we need an action to reconsider.
You made a motion and a second to reconsider. You
Yep.
just need to close that action.
Okay, all those in favor? Say aye. I thought we did that.
Yeah, we did.
That was your motion to amend.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
so now we need a motion to reconsider.
You just need all those in favor of the original motion.
All those in favor of the original motion, I'm sorry.
The original motion
reconsider,
that you're making
to
today?
reconsider
Oh, consider, okay.
is, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, still carried. Now,
You need a
now we
motion.
need a motion for action on what this, how we're gonna set up the schedule for the three, for
Yeah.
hiring the three.
All right. How about January, an additional, a second one in February, and a third one in June?
So we have a motion by Opal for the first firefighter, first person to be hired in January of '27, the second one to be hired in February of '27, and the third one to be hired in June of '27. I'll need a second on that. I'll need a second on that.
Second.
Second by Colden. Now on the discussion. Any more in discussion? Well, actually, that's where it is. Now we vote.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
It's minuscule, I apologize, but I'm assuming the first of those months is what?
January has 31 days. So the first all the way to 31, you pick them.
Okay.
That's how I took it. So I know it's a little humor, but it is. So February gives you every day you want, any day you want. So we have January, we have February, and we have June. So they can all be the first of each one of those. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
So carried. All right, that one's finished. Let's move through here to the fire inspection vehicle, number 11. Possible action on repair or replacement of Marty's vehicle, right? That's one we're talking about?
Yep.
So I'm driving by today. It looked pretty damn nice to me.
It does until you get close to
I
it.
know.
So it is going to, and we only know this because we just went through it with our rescue truck, and if anybody's seen that, that doesn't look so pretty.
How many miles?
Marty's it's right around 50,000. So that
Okay.
vehicle is actually orange. I know
Yep.
it looks red
Yep.
because that's because it's wrapped.
Mhm.
So I get, basically the memo covers everything that I would say.
Yep.
It's really up to the board of what we want to
So
do.
I would say we just get a new wrap.
Mhm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong for vehicle, right?
Who do you use for
Interior's
wraps?
good, it's low miles.
Flip side. I
Flip
believe.
side, yep,
Side
yep.
wrap.
They do a great job.
Or you can just take the wrap off and
We can take the wrap off and
that costs $0.
Yep.
Just drive it on.
And the
one.
dollars refresh me, or how much?
The wrap is 5,000.
approximately
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Well, they can also do a wrap for 2,500 and just not as much.
No, because they're wrapping the entire thing, because they gotta change the color.
I gotcha.
So
Okay.
a stupid question, is this something we can put on a budget item for next year? Because I mean, we knew this thing was peeling, it was gonna come off, it was
Well, we-
looking crummy.
Knew about it here. I was told about it about 90 days ago.
Okay.
I'm not kidding you. I was a full block on Schofield Avenue again. I was actually trying to get his attention to say hi to him. I thought it looked beautiful.
It does.
I'm sorry.
It does.
From a
It looks
distance.
nice.
From
It
a
does look
distance,
nice.
yeah.
Because Marty told me
Yeah.
about it and I walked up to it in the parking lot and you gotta start
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
And my concern is what's gonna happen in winter as everything gets behind it and then it starts to fall off.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and they did tell us when we had to plan on about 5-ish years or so.
Sorry,
Yeah, let's put it up next time. Go
Put
ahead.
it next year.
All right, so is that your action?
That'd be I mean, if it isn't peeling off and looks horrible right now, I'd say just wait until next year. We
Leave
can-
it alone, or
Yeah,
do we need a
leave it alone.
motion?
I don't know, do we need a motion?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I
motion,
make a
motion by
I'd
Colvin,
make a motion to hold off replacing
first of the year.
until.
We need a second?
Because we could always strip it
We need a
too.
second? Second? I'll make the second. Any more in discussion? Yes, we could strip it, but then it would be orange.
Can that come out of capital?
For next year, we could, yeah.
Hearing no more discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
So carried. Let's see, number 12, discussion and possible action on purchase of Stryker medical equipment.
And that's pretty much what I have in my memo there as
You
well.
brought that up last time too, correct, chief?
Yeah, we didn't get to it, I
we
think,
didn't get-
last time.
We didn't get to
Ran a
these
half
two
hour
items
late.
last time.
Yeah.
The striker, remind me,
That
it
that
was
Lucas.
20,000 for one?
Yep. So, well, there's a trade difference of 14,046 if we want to trade in our equipment that we have.
Did we know this was going, did we know we were looking at this? I mean, this is an additional item for this year to purchase, correct?
So, yes and no. We don't have to have them, but we have this other equipment that's laying in our station right now, and this is a way to get some value out of that equipment. We know these items are going to need to be replaced, so this is a way to get some value out of that equipment. The other option is we can put these cots and power loads on the public surplus site. However, traditionally, the money we get out of them on the public surplus site is pretty small. It's a few $100.
What are we taking?
I make a motion, we purchase one Lucas at a cost of $20,000 and change what it's written, trade-in value.
Motion by Beck to purchase, and second by Opal. Any more in discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Number 13, end of the month budget review. Any thoughts?
Budget is in there if anybody's got any questions.
Yep. Any questions? Any questions? No review? Any attorney referrals? I've heard of none. None? Staff reports, report from fire chief?
I will pass since we're up against another meeting here, unless anybody's got a
That's a
question.
solid no?
That's a solid no.
Okay, all right. And are you also passing for the deputy fire
There's
chief?
one thing that I do want to say. I didn't get to give my report last month.
Yeah, okay.
Chief Finke was recognized by the Wisconsin Fire Chiefs
yes.
Association as Career Fire Chief of the Year for 2026 or 2025. So I just wanted to make that recognition. I wasn't allowed to last month.
Thank you.
Other than that, my report is in the packet.
Okay, thank you. That's outstanding, Chief Finke. I mean, I know you're humble and you want to just kind of, can we move on, can we move on, can we move on? I should be bringing out cupcakes and whatever, but I don't have any cupcakes. so-
Guacamole.
Guacamole, I could bring guacamole next time, yep. Jessica says, yeah, right, so anyway. All right, remarks from the board of directors, any remarks from anybody? Keith? Nope. Lisa? Nope. Al? Nope. Aaron? Nope. Myself, none. Looking for a motion to, wait, date?
So this brings us into a pickle. The second Tuesday would be September 8th, the day after Labor Day. I don't know if we want to move it to the 15th.
Not a pickle for me.
Village meetings do that, Jessica?
It's village
I mean,
board for us.
I'm sorry.
On the Tuesday,
It's okay, everybody does it.
yeah.
We have clips that day and we have a budget meeting that day.
Be a village board.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
move,
tourism.
let's move it to the second week.
No, take that back. So keep it with the second Tuesday.
No, move it one more week, I would say.
Be the third Tuesday then?
Yeah. third
Al, are you
Tuesday.
gone?
Yeah, are you going now?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Can we do that?
The 15th?
The 15th? Can we do that?
At what time?
No, not even.
We'll be at Rib Mountain. 5:30, is that okay?
It's fine.
Rib Mountain has a board meeting that night, though. It'll be the third
On
Tuesday.
the 15th?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Sorry, I said the first and 15th, and we would have a board meeting that night.
Unless we can do it early again.
Or that, or we can do a different day.
16th, the Wednesday?
Monday, what about Monday?
Monday on the 15th,
14th.
we've got,
14th, we'd have Public Works and Plan.
yeah, same thing. We'd have to start it at 3.
Wow.
We'd have to do it at 3 for us.
Yeah, we could do it early on Tuesday, I suppose, on the 15th.
We had budget workshop, Al.
Damn.
Wednesday?
Workshop at 5.
Wednesday, we're gonna do?
We got budget workshop at
Wednesday, the
5.
9th, we could do.
Wednesday the 9th, everybody? I'm good.
Wednesday, the 9th is good for me.
Good, done. Wednesday the 9th, Sheriff?
At
At Red Mountain?
I'll have to ask to be excused.
Okay.
Conflict, I won't be there.
All right. Do we have three?
We got 3. We
What?
got 3.
You wanna try?
I'm good for the 9th.
I'm
right
good.
now.
I'm good.
What time and is Red Mountain?
Red Mountain?
Station 1 at 5,
Sure,
5:30,
sure.
5. 5.
5, okay.
Can I ask, are we going to get to a consistent date? Because it's really confusing. I don't want to miss out on a date. I mean, is it safe for board considering it?
I think we normally
Changing
are.
their dates?
We're trying to
Okay.
stay there. Yeah. I think actually if the two administrators would work it out to get a consistent one, and that would be the best for me.
I think we're good with the second Tuesday. I think some of the.
There's
Yeah,
sometimes it
now
works
that
out,
my park commission
especially
got
with the
moved to
budget stuff,
Mondays,
yeah.
I'm good with second
Okay,
Tuesdays,
looking for a
actually.
motion to adjourn
Motion to adjourn.
by Beck,
Second.
second by Langahan, actually.
Alrighty,
not the
beat
least.
me.
So, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Sorry, Public Works, 8 minutes behind. I turn over the gavel to Louis. Or whoever, no, Shane's not here.